Hey guys. For those of you who know me, I've probably mentioned something to you or talked about something called Liwan or mentioned a college music group or something else that I'm a part of. And I kind of wanted to take a few minutes to talk about just what that is. And to do that, I should probably explain to you what FIA is and what Liwan is. FIA, or Filipinos in Alliance, is UIC's official Filipino organization, and they have a number of subgroups, which includes FIA Arts, FIA Athletics, FIA Philanthropy, FIA Cultural, FIA Modern, and of course, FIA Liwan. Liwan is FIA's music group, and we arrange and perform medleys showcasing OPM, or original Pinoy music, with the goal of promoting and teaching people what OPM is all about. Now that that's covered, here is my FIA'Liwan story.
Namimiss ko na tingnan Pumipila ang inuwi Namimiss ko na ang iyong tinig Naririnig mo ba ang damdamin Iiyaw mo sa maratay Naririnig mo ba ako
Liwan came into my life at a time of many firsts. It was my first semester ever in college, and I was still getting used to being in college, going to class, and doing all I could to make friends and establish a social circle. I had a good friend from high school who was at UIC as well, but we didn't see each other regularly. But above all else, I wanted to do what I do best: play music and play it live. I'd heard about UIC's famous Spark concert, and I wanted a piece of the so called pie badly. I wanted to show everyone that I could play guitar, and so in my off time between classes, I would play acoustic guitar and sing in the quad in the boiling hot summer heat. Eventually, though, a dear friend of mine told me about Liwan. I'd known she was a member of FIA, and while I was interested, I never really gave it much thought. I took one look at the application, and almost immediately, I decided I wasn't interested. I simply didn't know enough about the group, about OPM, what they played, and worst of all, I can't speak Tagalog to save my life. I also couldn't even make rehearsals if I wanted to, as the rehearsal times listed on the form all conflicted with my schedule. So I turned my friend down on their offer. That is, until I received the DM from Justin, Leon's director, who asked if I was auditioning. After I explained to Justin my situation, it turned out Leon also held rehearsals on Mondays, which worked perfectly for me. I then scheduled an audition for the following week, and after a performance of John Mayer's Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, I was in. Pretty soon, I was added to all things Lewan. I followed the FIA Insta, the Limon Insta, and all the other subgroups. I was added to Music Arrangers group chat and the chat for Lewan as well. And soon after that, I was at my first rehearsal. Lewan hit the ground running as we had to prepare for two upcoming shows: a gig at Google headquarters in Chicago, something that blew my mind when I first heard about it, and an open mic called Coffee House. We got to work quickly, and as I opened up the Google Doc of the chords for our medleys for the first time, my jaw dropped. I'd never seen so many chords I didn't know all together like that before. I was both terrified and excited. I thought to myself, oh God, I have to learn all this. Oh wait, I get to learn all this. As I was working out the chords for one of our medleys, Justin turned to me and quickly dropped yet another bombshell and very casually told me that I was Lee Wan's lead guitarist. After the initial shock and the picking up of my jaw off the floor, I got to work and began learning the chords and writing parts on the spot. It was just what I needed to get out of the musical rut that I was in at that point in my life. I looked around at all these talented new faces before me and thought to myself, I feel like a real musician again. Before I knew it, I performed those 2 gigs and went on to do so much more with Liwan and had many firsts with him after. My first Philippine cultural night, my first ballroom gig, my first gig away from home at Fact, and so much more. If I had to handle the Herculean task of summing up Liwan, I would probably say something like this. Liwan is a mix of a bunch of different musical influences and talented people, all coming together under one beautiful intention, and that is the celebration of OPM. We cover songs, never copying them, leaving our own signature touches to make our beautifully crafted medley stand out. And the members. My gosh, what can I say that hasn't already been said? So much talent in so many beautiful people. Each and every single one of them has a gift, and I'm so very grateful that they've shared it with me. It has truly left me all for the better, and it never fails to make me proud when I talk about Liwan. I'll say what I said to Liwan both before and after our fact gig. Liwan makes me feel larger than life, and being in Liwan, I almost feel like I have a superpower. I feel empowered by this crew. I feel inspired by this crew, and I feel loved by this crew. So, to my Liwan family, thank you for bringing me out of my shell, out of my comfort zone, for fostering growth in me artistically and personally. Thank you for the love you've shared, and for making me feel like a decent musician again. Here's to our many firsts, to the adventures we've had, and the adventures I hope we have together in the future. Thank you.
That was one of our medleys that we made back a while back. It's just a bunch of songs that we liked and we wanted to put in. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
For our last song for today, we're gonna be singing Pasilio by Sunkist Lola.